Good morning. I'm Tim Houlihan, Vice Moderator of the Church. And on behalf of Leadership Council, I'd like to provide a summary and an update about in-person worship and other activities at Bath Church campus. Please feel free to share this information with others by sharing this video if you found it on Facebook or YouTube, or the service, or the special splish that will be going out next week with a written form of this update. As Leadership Council, we are proud of the job our staff and volunteers have done to keep us continuing to offer worship, education, outreach, and fellowship during this pandemic. We feel the same loss of in-person fellowship that others are feeling. Our goal is to come back together safely while being responsible about the risks we take and ask our staff to take. Online options will continue to allow people to choose what works for them best and their family, even as events resume. This is an evolving process, and we can expect change. A temporary action group has been meeting to review and make recommendations about how we reopen and when we reopen. This group includes members of the church who are medical professionals and business owners, our moderators, and our interim senior pastor. The group will provide advice to leadership to ultimately make decisions. The TAG, Temporary Action Group, sent a brief survey to all members on October 1st. Those who do not use electronic communication were sent paper copies by mail with return envelopes. The survey ends October 10th. Please complete it as soon as possible. The TAG will review this feedback and provide survey results as soon as possible. Some additional steps we are taking: we're monitoring guidelines from the federal, state, and local government. We are taking recommendations and guidelines from the CDC, state and county health departments, and the Ohio Public Health Advisory System. In addition, the church receives guidelines through the Living Waters Association, the Heartland Conference, and the National UCC. We have held some outdoor events safely with precautions in place. Examples of these include our drive-in services, which began in July and are on the first and third Sundays of each month. Those will continue through October. Rally Day was held successfully in September outside, and we are looking at a modified trunk or treat in October. Additional planning for events in Advent and the Christmas season is under discussion as we speak. We've had many questions about the criteria to open. We have not yet set any criteria to open, such as availability of a vaccine or any other specific criteria that would determine a timeline. We are waiting for the advice of our TAG group that is working diligently to process your input and to gather all relevant ideas. We have had some questions about the UCC. The UCC provides guidelines, but like most things in the UCC, these decisions are left to the church. We've had questions about what other churches are doing. We have taken into account and watched worship services online and had visits of other churches, paying special attention to the precautions they have in place to pass that information along to the TAG. Congregations with indoor services are still broadcasting worship for the majority of memberships who are staying home. And that is something we will certainly continue to do with our online services going forward. To reiterate, we are working towards gathering in person in the safest way. There is no firm date set. We have not set a deadline to return by, nor have we said we will not return before any specific date. We are weighing everything mentioned above, so again, we are asking for that survey input as a critical piece as the TAG puts together their advice. More broadly, we like to just emphasize and share that we all have different risk factors, perspectives, and tolerance to risk. We are trying to balance our ability to gather indoors with the safety and well-being of our members, our staff, and the wider community. We know that no single answer will please everyone, and we ask for your prayers as we work through this process together. This is a great time to pray for the safety of all and patience with each other. At the core of the good news is love, and we will continue to love by protecting one another while finding a safe way to share our love and fellowship together in person again. Thank you, and please feel free to reach out to myself or any member of leadership or our staff if you have continued questions or input about this process. Thank you.